Hey, good morning. My name is Tyrone from High Performance. Just thought I would sit down today and write a video about some of the stuff I've been watching online. And whenever we're trying to do any purchases or anything like that, a lot of people look for reviews. One of the things I did a couple years ago, I bought a Mossberg Night Train.108 ATR in 308. And I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people say it's crap. I've heard people say they can't do this, they can't do that. Well, I can't get a good group. Other people say it's great. Um, I'm not a competition shooter. I don't, I just been shooting since I was a kid, and thought I'd maybe make a little bit of a video here and just explain to you guys a little bit about sort of what I did with mine. I actually did send an email to Mossberg to say that I was really impressed with it. I mean, for the price. For those of you who are not aware, I do live in Canada, so there different rules up here, different things apply. And so what I did was I just thought I would just kind of go over yesterday. When our local range is 100 yards, maybe push it out to 100 meters if I get myself in the right spot. Being Canadian, we usually measure things in meters. So yesterday we decided to go out. We were able to find an area that had a lot longer distance. So I ended up pushing the rifle out yesterday for the first time to about 350 meters. And I was pretty impressed. Again, I don't profess to be the world's greatest shooter. I don't profess to be all knowledgeable about long-range shooting, although I have been doing a lot of studying, a lot of practicing. Anyways, go a little bit about my rifle. I bought it stock. I've heard different things about the stock configurations. I've heard things about the factory scope. It is a Barska, not the most expensive scope in the world. It's got a couple of little things on it. But I'll tell you one thing, Barska stands behind their product. I had a problem with mine. I couldn't adjust the turrets. It's an 8-minute adjustment. So I ended up sending it back, and the original one was a 4 to 16 by 50. And when I told them that I had a problem, I ended up, basically the long way around, getting a 6 to 24 by 60, their SWAT tactical mil dot and illuminated mil dot reticle scope. I don't know how well you guys can see this picture here. So here it is here. I have the sunshade on from yesterday. It's particularly sunny yesterday, so which is rare for us at this time of year. Couple of things. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but one of the things I did was I actually ended up upgrading the rings on the Barska scope. These are Badger Ordnance. These are the same as U.S. Military snipers use in the Marines. Absolutely bulletproof. I tell people, you know what, I could stand a truck on these. I don't have to worry about it. As a matter of fact, these two rings cost me nearly half what the rifle cost me originally, about $560. The Barska rings they sent out were aluminum, and within the first time I took it out, they just tore apart. I wasn't overly happy, but I mean, for a replacement scope, I was pretty stoked. One of the things I had to do on my rifle when I first got it was I actually had to pull the rail off and Loctite it because it was coming loose all the time. This rifle originally also came with a plastic 6 to 12 inch bipod. Real crappy for trying to get any stability on because it was just flexing all the time. So I upgraded it to a Harris. Basically, this is a Harris copy. I bought a wholesale sports thing. It cost me about $40. Harris was like 135, and I'm cheap, so I didn't want to do that. But so anyways, it's good. It's got all the same features and a little bit lower, which is nicer to shoot with. I don't know, as I'm not a super huge guy, so getting in the right spot. This is nice, and of course extendable, right? So, but anyways, I took it out yesterday. A really good friend of mine, Mikey, and I went out, and we decided I want to see how far I can push this rifle. So what I did was just so you know, I hand load my own ammunition. It's a 308. I use Winchester brass. I use 42 grains of Varget powder for consistency, and I use the 168 grain match grade ammunition from Hornady. So there you go. Uses the I find that this stuff is just incredibly flat. Yesterday we went out again. We're about 350 meters. Um, very, very, very light wind. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Well, actually, it was like this. This is the furthest I pushed this rifle so far. There's my first round here. Moved it over just to make sure it wasn't me flinching. Had to make an adjustment and moved about, these are 1-inch squares for those of you in the United States that might be watching. So moved it up and then took my fourth round because they say it's a 4+1. It isn't. It really is a 4-round rifle. And then, of course, this one over here is a flinch. But I was pretty happy with that for the first time pushing it out that far. Anyways, you know, I just kind of wanted to clear up some of the stuff. Some people have this to say and some people have that to say about it. I've been really happy with the rifle. That rifle now has over 450 rounds through it. I spent a little time. It's like anything else. You just take it apart when you first get it, make sure everything's cleaned and oiled. I did a little bit of work just polishing up the trigger just to get some grittiness out, same as I do with all my rifles. And anyways, I just wanted to post that. And for those of you that are looking at that Mossberg ATR, it's not a bad rifle. Again, you know, I've had the benefit of shooting some much more expensive rifles, and but you know, for what I'm doing and for just going out and having fun on a budget, I think that's a good one. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Got any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a comment. We'll talk to you later. See ya.